All right, focus up, people. This is Scott Wilson with Dumbass Contractors checking in. Welcome to today's briefing. This afternoon's topic is managing the 80%. All right, we've got the 80-20 rule. 20% of your client base is considered preferred clients. They understand what you're going through. They understand the scheduling, the labor problems, materials handling problems. And they just tell you, I need to have X, Y, and Z done. As soon as you guys can get here, take care of it. I know what you're going through. Call me, keep me in the loop. We'll go from there. Those are the clients that will make your business. 80% of your profits will come from 20% of your client base. Now, that means that 80% of your clients will contribute 20% of your profits. And the reason that the profit margin on the 80% is so low is because it's very difficult to manage the 80%. They have meltdowns. They balk at payment points on progress payments. They demand you be there regardless of the constraints that you're under. They will ride you into the ground mercilessly on every job that you do for them. You'll have to charge them more money for much lower profits, and you'll cycle through them. Yeah, on the 80%, you'll do an average of 2.5 jobs for each client before they move on or you ask them to move on. Now, unfortunately, especially in the beginning, you're not going to be able to fill your schedule out with the 20% of your preferred client base. Well, you'll stumble across them because they're looking for the right contractor. All right. They're looking for you, and they have to sift through 80% of the bad contractors out there that don't follow through on their jobs, disappear with deposits, never finish the punch list, fish through their daughter's underwear drawer. You know, the litany of problems that give the rest of us a bad name. All right. So there's 20% of your client base searching for 20% of your contractor base. If we could just kind of make everything line up, we would only work for the preferred 20%, and they'd be happy and we'd be happy. Unfortunately, in construction, we have to work with the 80-20 rule. All right. So with that bottom 80%, your contracts are going to have to be ironclad. You're going to have to learn how to be ahead of them on money. Change orders are going to have to happen in advance. As soon as you hit a progress payment, you're going to bill them. If they have meltdowns on you, you bill them. What my clients learn is that if they yell at me, and a preferred client doesn't yell at you, but when I have a non-preferred client yell at me, I hand them a bill. And after usually takes 2 or 3 instances of that, and they learn that, my God, if I yell at them, it costs me money. Right. And the next time that you want me to bid on some work on your property, costs you more money. Your rates go up because those meltdowns take a toll on us spiritually, mentally, physically. That's the toughest part of the business. Now, with that 80%, you can get 80% of them through a contract. You might have a progress payment that they balk on for a week or two. You might have they'll make a demand on a progress payment. You know, I've had people demand extra valves in their faucet, or if they're going to give me my $10,000 progress payment because the sheetrock is hung, then we'll trade that for an extra set of valves on our tub. No, where does it say that's an extra? That's a change order. Those change orders are going to have to happen up front, and until you get paid in full for your change order, for your time and your materials, nothing happens. All right. So if they want to turn their house 30 degrees to the north for some ungodly reason, which I've had happen before, yeah, that's a $30,000 change order. And they'll say, well, $30,000 to change a house. Yeah, because now you're introducing the opportunity for catastrophic failure. What if my foundation guy doesn't turn it exactly 30 degrees? What if you come to me and say, well, I have my compass out here, my digital compass, and it says you only turned it 29 degrees. Tear it out. I want the extra degree. There are too many things that could go wrong when somebody makes a change in the process. I want to change. I've had people change their door style after their doors were ordered and ready to be installed on the job site. No, we've decided we don't want those. Just throw those out and get us some new ones. No, that's a change order. That will cost you money. I need to have all of that money up front, including a disposal fee for the doors that we have to get rid of. And it's expensive to make changes. All right, because things can go wrong when changes happen. So when you're managing that 80%, you can get 80% of them through a contract. It'll be tough, but you can manage them through it. And you want to schedule your psychotherapy sessions or get a coach like me, and I'll walk you through it. I'll be your emotional tampon and say, yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I know that one. And this is how I got through it. The problem will come with that last 20%, and you may have to walk off the job and not go back. I've had someone balk on a progress payment, and I billed her for a front door handle. Tree fell on her house. The front door was damaged. We couldn't tell the front door was damaged when we started the job. I had a clause in my contract that anything over and above the scope of work that I defined, it crushed the storm door into the door handle, and needed a $200 door latch. Yeah, I bought it, installed it, billed her for it, and she said she wasn't going to pay any bills until the job was done. Now, I still had 2 or 3 more progress payments to go. She didn't want us on the job. What had happened was it was an insurance job because of the tree falling on her porch, and she had spent the money. She'd spent the last $10,000 of her insurance rebate on just junk. When I saw it coming, I saw what she was doing, and she didn't have the money to pay us. So she became self-righteously indignant over anything she could find. And when she didn't pay for the door handle, we packed up our tools and left. And that's how you have to manage these people. She didn't want me back on her property because she didn't want to pay me. So she had to find somebody else to finish the job. Sometimes you have to know when it's time to fold your cards and leave. And about 20% of that 80%, you'll have to leave the job and not finish it. And that's hard for us because we care. We care about the house more than we care about the people. We just want the house to be in good working order. That's what most of us want. Most of us are dedicated to that. And when people don't want to pay us, we have to walk. There's no way you're going to salvage that relationship. Even if you finish the job perfectly, you're not going to get your money. You have to protect your family, your business, your reputation. Pick up your tools, any materials that aren't nailed down, and walk. All right. That's how you manage that 80%. We're going to talk a lot about this because it's the hardest part of the job. For my dumbass homeowners, I'm going to train you folks on how to be a preferred client. You can call me and I can do one-on-one coaching sessions with you, walking you through your project, teaching you how to speak to your contractor, teaching you how to understand why it takes so long to do things. How come it is that 65% of the time nothing happens on the job? Why is that? Why when you think that things are unacceptable, how that triggers contractors? We live in a very different reality than most Americans. We live in a physical world with weather, labor problems, material problems, problems with workers' comp, insurance. It's a lot of time and energy to keep a construction company operating. And in a world where the customer comes first on these construction projects, it's really the government and the insurance companies that come first. Because if sales tax comes in and they want an audit on my billing, they come first. Workers' comp comes first. Liability audits come first. All of those audits, those processes, those licensing agreements, they come first before the client, and that's the reality. All right, managing the 80% is the hardest part of this job, and you'll find out that you'll get lulled into a false sense of confidence. You'll be focused on your 20% of clients that you make money on, and they just shovel money at you, and there's no stress, and they just let you come and go because they trust to have you in their house. Oh, they know that they need you more than you need them. And all of a sudden you'll get an 80%er in your system, and they'll start to grind you up, and you'll stumble a little bit. I'm here to teach you how to recognize that client, that problem client, how to manage them, and how to get through the process with a difficult client. And a difficult and a homeowner can get a difficult contractor too. You know, that happens. It's happened to a lot of friends of mine. Site work contractors that disappear with a $25,000 deposit, just disappear, gone, never to be seen again. Change their name, close the S corp, open a new S corp the next day, file for bankruptcy, and walk on. Just take as many deposits as they can. Happens a lot in construction. I've bid against guys like that. I know when somebody's going to go under. We're all friends. We all work together, eat lunch together. And I know when my friends are on the edge of bankruptcy because they're bidding at 50% of what it costs me to do a job. And the homeowner is real happy if they can get all their cabinetry made for 50 cents on the dollar, unless that contractor goes completely belly up in the middle of their job, and then they're stuck. All right, managing the 80%. And homeowners, you do not want to be in that 80%. It costs you more money, and you get a lower quality of work. All right, we've been burning a lot of daylight. It's an afternoon briefing. This is Scott Wilson with Dumbass Contractors, urging you to stay loose, stay relaxed, most importantly, stay in front of it. Wilson out.